appropriate, very time appropriate, and very to the subject of the theme of our meeting. And these are some pointers that I would like to add to it that you asked. Did the speaker make his or her proposal understood? I understood it very well. The oneness instead of looking at things, categorizing it. And through the use of the story was very effective because it just followed you. Oh, it was very good. Did the speaker establish mutual understanding? And yes, because I was able to, after listening to the story, then you explain the story, it helped put the story together so it kept the attention, and yes it did. And the second part, did he or she appeal to the beliefs and values of the listeners? I really felt like you did. You did that. You accomplished it. Was the speaker positive? Quite. Did you show enthusiasm? You did that. How and when did the speaker make use of gestures? You made use of gestures during your speech and after your speech was ended. Then you used the toy, the music, and the display. And the effect that you used with your voice tone was a subtle effect, which sometimes with the noise and you could have been more animated or more, I should say, vivid. But the tone that you used, I thought that was very effective with the group that we had here today. That was very effective. Yeah. Did the speaker build an incentive into the talk? And yes, you did. The talk through the story built an incentive to appreciate the oneness, and the story introduced us, and it brought us through it, and it closed it out with that. Did the speaker inspire the audience? It inspired me, and I believe it touched everyone else about being the oneness instead of the separate. And the use of the gifts of music helped to close that thought process that you was trying to get us to capture. And describe briefly what technique was used. You used the gifts and the music was the technique that you used, and I felt like they were effective. How could they have been improved? The call to action that they asked you to do, it was kind of subtle, and it could have been improved by you telling us how to call to action now using active words to inspire the audience that oneness is important, that this is something we need to do now. Did the speaker persuade and inspire the audience to act? Yes, it was very subtle, which was the speaker tone, which is your tone, your voice tone. And it asked the audience, it asked me, what did you all think about? I need to ask you all, the audience, to comment if the speaker caused them to feel an emotional commitment. Yes. Okay. And it's very good, and that was the only thing that you say was the call to action, because it was emotional. You did the motivational part, and when you finish, when you get through motivating, you want the audience, emphasize more of the audience telling them what they want to do after you're the motivator. Very good.
Thank you, Brenda.